Thanks for joining us. Why don't you take us through a bit of your personal background and why you're down here in Australia speaking at the Search Marketing Expo?
Well, I actually got into SEO about 10 years ago, working for a company that was selling the memory cards that go into digital cameras. They were selling them, or we were selling them into Amazon.com, and I accidentally started ranking well for 128 megabyte compact flash card. Amazon placed a really large order, and being a 100% commission salesperson, I realized that, you know what, I'm not going to beg Amazon to buy my products. I'm going to rank well in their search engines, and then they will have to buy my products.
Right.
So that's how I got started, and then I just hopped into news groups and forums and emails and instant messages, etc. I learned as much as I could over the coming years to more or less sell products on Amazon.com. And then I moved around a little bit to a couple different electronics companies, mainly just taking whatever the best offer was at the time. And then the opportunity to work for Tribune came up, and it was the first role where I could do just SEO. And it was for, at the time, 70 sites, and that was exciting, plus all the page rank and the links and just all the cool things you can do working for a Tribune company. And decided to go ahead and make the move to cold and nasty weathered Chicago, and I've learned that it was a good move.
So after 10 years, back in the days, I guess the startup days of Google 10 years ago,
yeah,
and it was a very different landscape back then.
Absolutely.
What do you think have been the major changes over the past 10 years in the search environment?
Well, obviously personalization's kicked in. Google has done a lot of algorithm changes. Google has become important because 10 years ago they were about 0.5% of the market share. Now they are 70% of the market share. So at least in the United States, 70%. I think it's even higher here, like 94, 95% here. And so that's changed. It's more about Google, and more Google, and consolidation of other searches, etc. Also, localization has been popular. Social media is starting to kick in. They're getting a lot more signals than what it used to be. It was really easy in the past to do a few tricks, a couple of doorway pages, a couple of links from really powerful forums. I used to have 35 profiles online that I would, post into forums and start conversations with myself, and do all that stuff where I get links back to, whatever page I wanted to get links to. And that stuff is much trickier now. And so pretty significant changes, frankly.
So as it matures, what sort of trends, I suppose, are you seeing as SEO levels out and I guess it becomes a bit more scientific? What are the key trends that you see marking, I guess, the next 10 years of SEO?
Next 10 years, I'm not going to even attempt to think that far ahead, but I think over the next few years it's going to be more about local results. So where are you right now when you're doing this search? People are going to expect to be able to type in less and less and get answers back. Mobile is going to become more important because as you look for things while you're on the move, whatever that may be a phone, might be a nav system, might be some other type of device. I think that's going to be important. And then really I think we're going to get to the zero query type of search engine where you don't have to ask anymore where's the local pizza place, right? Because of your patterns in the past or whatever it may be, they will start giving you personalized information through whatever that device may be.
Speaking to you as a long-time search specialist now, how do you stay on top of the number of channels emerging all the time? And you just mentioned half a dozen just then, and everything that Google does and Bing does and others do with their algorithms. How do you how does a professional stay on top of that?
I sleep with my laptop. So first thing I do in the morning, I roll the laptop up, I check the different websites, check my Twitter stream, Facebook posts, etc. Obviously I'm friends with a lot of people in the industry.
So you're relying heavily on social networks to actually keep you informed of
social networks and the websites that I respect, that I feel that have great information, search engine land and other places.
Yep.
Those things definitely play a role in keeping abreast of what's going on in the industry, and it's changing all the time.
Beyond yourself, who do you see, I suppose, as the thought leaders in search engine optimization?
Oh, I'm not about to go down that rabbit hole. Obviously, there are a lot of people that do a great job in the industry. SEO Moz is definitely a focus. I like a lot of the content they put out there. I like the community that they create as well. Danny Sullivan, Matt Cutts, those guys are clearly leaders. in this space. They have great sites to reference, etc. And then I do like what Outspoken Media is doing. I think they have some great information out there. And and Yoast would be my guy for WordPress SEO. So a lot of other great people out there, and I rely on them for different things. Some people again for foreign language stuff, some for international. But I don't want to name drop like 75 people here. So.
It's going to be an endless quest, isn't it, to refine search engine strategies. It's a never-ending strategy.
Well, and the sphere of influence keeps getting larger and larger, right? SEOs used to be just about this part of the algorithm or this part of the process of online marketing. Then it keeps going farther and farther out. Now it's social media. Yep. Now it's a little bit of design, and where does this eventually stop? And I think a lot of us have been doing this for a long enough time that we're starting to understand online marketing in general, right? And you're even seeing huge roll-ups of a lot of social media and SEO experts, such as with Blue Glass, right, where they're rolling that stuff up, and they'll be able to compete with the true marketing firms on Madison Avenue. So I think the industry is maturing, and it's exciting to see. It really is.